Imagine your country is destroyed. Your cities are ruins. Your people are broken. Much of the world cannot forget what happened. Now imagine that 11 men with a ball give your country something back. Not money, not land, something more important: hope. This is the true story of the Miracle of Bern, the day football saved a nation. Welcome to Echoes of History, the place where you learn English through history's greatest true stories. Every story is told slowly and clearly, just for you. So sit back, relax, and let history teach you English. Now, let us begin. To understand this story, we need to go back to 1945. The Second World War had just ended. Germany had lost. But losing the war was only the beginning. The cities of Germany were almost completely destroyed. Berlin, Hamburg, Dresden. Millions of homes were gone. Millions of people were dead. Those who survived lived in ruins. They had no food, no heat in winter, no future. But the pain was not only physical. The German people carried something heavier than hunger. They carried shame. The whole world knew what had happened: the camps, the killings, the horror. German people walked through life with their heads down. They did not speak loudly. They did not celebrate. They did not laugh in public. How could they? 9 years passed like this, slow, heavy, gray. Then came the summer of 1954. In June 1954, the FIFA World Cup began in Switzerland. Germany was there, but nobody expected anything from them. They were a weak team from a broken country. The world was not interested in Germany. Not yet. The strongest team in the tournament was Hungary. Hungary had not lost a single match in 4 years. 4 years, more than 30 matches, 0 defeats. Their best player was Ferenc Puskás. He was perhaps the greatest footballer alive. Fast, powerful, unstoppable. In the first round of the tournament, Hungary played Germany. The result was not close. Hungary won 8-3. 8-3. The German players walked off the pitch in silence. The German fans watching at home turned off their radios. It was over before it began, or so everyone thought. But Germany did not give up. Their coach was a quiet man named Sepp Herberger. He was calm, he was clever. He believed in his players when nobody else did. He told them something after that 8-3 loss. That match is finished. Forget it. The next match is all that matters. Germany won their next matches, one by one, slowly, quietly. And then the impossible happened. Germany reached the final. And waiting for them was Hungary. The same Hungary that had destroyed them 8-3. The same Puskás. The same unstoppable team. The whole world expected one result: a Hungary victory. Easy, comfortable, certain. Back in Germany, people gathered around radios, in homes, in cafes, in the street. They listened, they hoped, but they did not believe. Not really. July 4th, 1954. Bern, Switzerland. Wankdorf Stadium. The rain was falling. The pitch was wet. The crowd was enormous. The match began, and within 2 minutes, Hungary scored. Then 6 minutes later, Hungary scored again. 2 goals in 8 minutes. Back in Germany, people shook their heads. They had expected this. Of course they had. But then, something changed. Germany scored. Then, Germany scored again. 2-2. The stadiums went silent. The commentators could not believe it. Hungary pushed, Germany held. The rain fell harder. Minute after minute passed. Then, in the 84th minute, a German player named Helmut Rahn received the ball. He was outside the penalty area. He looked up. He shot. The ball went into the net. 3-2. Germany were winning. You are listening to Echoes of History, where every story helps you learn English naturally. If you are enjoying this story, please subscribe. A new history story every single week. Now, let us continue. 6 minutes remained. 6 minutes between Germany and the impossible. Hungary attacked again and again. The German goalkeeper threw himself at the ball. The German defenders blocked. The German players ran until they could not breathe. The German radio commentator, Herbert Zimmermann, was shouting into his microphone. His voice was shaking. 2 minutes to go. Germany are still leading. 1 minute, 30 seconds. And then, the final whistle. Germany had won. 3-2. Herbert Zimmermann screamed into the radio, "Germany are world champions!" He said it 3 times, his voice breaking each time. Back in Germany, something happened. People who had been silent for 9 years made noise. People who had not cried in public cried. People who had walked with their heads down looked up. In the streets of every German city, strangers hugged each other. Not because they loved football, because for the first time since the war, they felt something they had almost forgotten. They felt proud. Not the dark, dangerous pride of the past, something simpler, something human. The pride of a child who falls down and gets back up. The writer Friedrich Christian Delius was a boy in 1954. He later said about that day, "We were allowed to be German again, just for one evening, and it felt like coming home." Historians today see July 4th, 1954 as a turning point in modern German history, not because of football, because of what football did to the people. Germany in 1954 was still occupied by foreign armies. It was still divided. It was still rebuilding. But after Bern, something shifted. A country that had been looking backward started to look forward. The German economy was already growing, but the victory in Bern gave people more confidence in the future. This period became known as the German economic miracle, their Wirtschaftswunder. And many Germans say it started not in a factory or a government building, but on a wet football pitch in Bern on a rainy afternoon in July. Helmut Rahn, the man who scored the winning goal, went back to his ordinary life after the tournament. He was not rich, he was not famous for long. He worked, he lived quietly. But until the day he died, people stopped him in the street. Old men and women who remembered that radio broadcast, who remembered where they were when they heard the final whistle. They shook his hand, and sometimes they cried. Not for football, for everything that moment had given them back. A football match cannot rebuild a country. It cannot bring back the dead. It cannot erase history. But sometimes, at the right moment, it can remind a broken people that they are still alive, that they can still feel joy, that the future is still possible. That is the Miracle of Bern. Thank you for listening to Echoes of History, the place where history teaches you English. Now I have a question for you. Have you ever seen your country win something important? How did it feel? Tell me in the comments below. If you want more stories like this, please subscribe to Echoes of History, a new story every week. Until next time, keep listening, keep learning. This is Echoes of History.